The Kansas Sports HQ episode 52 is going to be a fun one. We're going to have Portalite Pitching Mounds sales guy Steve Hansen on with us. Super excited about that. They're our title partner for the Summer Ball Showdown, and we get to see them at the ABCA, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun for us, just being able to see them there and go on our way and do some interviews with them. But first, Sheldon, how are you this morning, man?
Doing good.
Another day without Sean.
Sean,
Sean, we're looking in your chair.
the spirit of Sean sits
Sean.
beside us.
Oh, Steve is here. Oh, good morning, Steve.
Oh, yes. Sorry about that.
How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Was I supposed to jump on now, or am I up a little early?
You're great. You're great. You got it downloaded and everything's working. You're a hustling man today because you guys are flying out soon, right?
Oh, good. I thought I lost you guys. Sorry, somebody was calling in. Technology and me do not go hand in hand some days, so you got to kind of deal with me. Apologize.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So what I was saying is you're a busy man running around like a chicken with your head cut off right now because you guys are is it the Triple Crown partner for the ABCA?
We are, yes, exactly. It's pretty exciting, actually. It's I've been at Portalite about 5 years now, and it's we've gone a long way from just being a little mound company to now being at the ABCA and having a nice large booth and showing off our products. It's kind of exciting.
I mean, when we walk through those doors to get in, it's going to be boom, Portalite.
Portalite right off the bat. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Yeah,
that is awesome. So let's talk about Portalite and then some of the things that we've worked on together over the years. I know you and I have chatted a few times, and then last year we were able to get some things moving.
Yep.
But your journey with Portalite, talk about the company a little bit, and let us know what it's all about.
It's I got kind of a different background. I come from corporate America. So what am I? I'm about 59 years old. So I'm a little older, and spent 30 some years in corporate America working for selling lights and bolts and things like that, working industrial supplies. So I've never been on the manufacturing side of the house. I've always been the guy, I have a customer that needs something or I need something, I would place an order, get it, and the product just shows up. It's kind of like Amazon, right, guys? You just place an order, it just shows up at your door. Who knows how the heck it happens, right?
Sure.
Well, going to work for that manufacturer, there's a lot that goes in the background of things to make sure that product shows up at your doorstep. And a lot of things as a salesperson or as an end user, you just don't think about all the different things that are happening in the background. Now working for that manufacturer, my God, there's a lot that goes on in the background. And I got to go back and thank some of those people from 30 years ago that they didn't understand what they were doing with their jobs years ago. But yeah, it makes sense. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's been a fun journey. I mean, we've grown from, we sell more mounds today, or we move more product today in a month than we used to do in a year. The guys used to, in the old days, they would take summers off and golf because we didn't have enough orders. And now it's like,
yes,
we're keeping,
please.
Yeah, exactly. We got like 35 employees now running around that place, and we're growing, and it's just really, really exciting to see.
Yeah.
And it couldn't happen to a better guy either. Chad, the owner, Chad Hoppy, is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. And he is the reason I'm at Portalite, to be 100% honest with you. Just a great guy.
Yeah,
so it was neat to see that.
So when you say you guys have kind of grown, how long has Portalite been around?
Portalite's been around for 30. I'm going to be yelled at for that one. I think it was 91. So was that 95 or 35 years? I think it's been around. It was Chad's father started it years ago. He was a pitcher and didn't like what he saw with the old, wood mounds out there and so forth, and kind of came up with a design to make the Portalite products and start pushing it out that way. It was pretty cool.
Now
we've been doing it for a while.
Resetting the market, right?
Oh, completely. What's funny is, they used to make these. I mean, products change, right? They used to make these mounds without turf, and they're just hideous looking mounds, in my opinion. And I made a delivery to a local high school, Shakopee High School here in Minnesota last year. They still have one of the first mounds we made back in the 90s, and they're still using it today. So pretty good quality, pretty neat to see.
I think that needs to be a museum piece at the shop.
If you saw how ugly this thing was,
what's a buyback look like on that? Hey guys, I need this for my memories.
No, quite. That'd be actually kind of cool. You're right. That's kind of cool.
So talking about all that, we've done together. I met you through the director of operations for Genesis Sports Complex. we've reached out a few times, and now we've kind of grown into a a national footprint. And we reached out last year and put together this amazing deal for everyone, and showcased the mounds for the first time in the nation at the Summer Ball Showdown 2025. And that was the talk of the tournament, honestly. Like the mounds that you guys have designed and built for the upper level guys, the college guys, and things like that has really changed for us, and we're grateful for that partnership. What all went into expanding into that frame? Because I know when you go to your website, you see predominantly the stuff you would use in a facility, or a few game mounds here and there. But what took Port-A-Lite to that jump to go to that collegiate level pro mound?
What it really is, it's just more the need. We have so many of our customers. I mean, we do a lot of business with Park and Recs. And Park and Recs, think about it. They have, 20, 30, 40 fields, whatever, and they have a need from anywhere from a 4-inch mount up to those game mounts or a big 10-inch game mounts. So it's more just the customers. We go to these trade shows, like we'll be at the ABC trade show here, later this week. We just listen to what the coaches and the customers and the Park and Rec people, everybody are saying. So we just keep hearing it over and over and over again. So we kind of want to be a one-stop type shop, and you got to have that opportunity or that offering. So that's kind of why we made those. It's something I enjoy. I do know that we have a really small type facility in Minnesota where we kind of run out of room. So it's kind of hard for us to make these monster mounds sometimes. But if the situation is right, and it just, I think it just makes us more of a one-stop shop. I think is the key, is why we need to start doing that. And I think it's extremely important for people. I think the youth market or the youth focus, there's obviously way more mounds in that situation. But by having that as an offering, it just closes the door for other people, to other companies getting that business. I hope that made sense. I kind of rambled a little on you. Sorry, guys. Cut that out.
You're good. I was going to ask who's saying hello and handing you a ball.
Well, it's my little blue healer here, guys. I don't know if he's.
No, we saw him. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm a 59-year-old guy who never had a dog before, and like crazy enough, we decided to get a dog, and this is a blue heeler. And for people that don't know this about dogs, these things just want to herd, run, and play.
Never stop.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Go.
Yeah, he doesn't understand when you're having a conference call. You don't come in and just throw the ball at your face, or So so I will walk outside about every hour and play fetch with him, so he leaves me alone typically. So apologize for that.
Burn that energy up.
Yeah, I think he should be playing fetch with me, so I could lose a few more pounds. But
that's why you
can't figure that one out.
With him,
Heck no.
I feel that. So what are some things that we can expect at ABCA? I we're gonna post this up on our channels and stuff like that, and people are going to want to come say hello.
Yep.
If you've been before, I haven't, and
I'm
excited to see all the vendors, spend some time with you guys. I know Friday, this Friday we have a interview scheduled and things like that. So what are we going to expect to see from you guys and all that good stuff?
It's this will be my 5th year of it, and it's if you're a baseball fan, you're like a kid in a candy store. I mean, the technology, the stuff that's out there that you get to see, it's just absolutely incredible. And I mean, it's not. I mean, honestly, it's kid in a candy store is a perfect way to say it. You just look up and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, of vendors and things that you never even thought of seeing. Well, what Port-A-Lite's big push is, from hearing all the other coaches and talking to people, everybody's complaining about the damage that's being done to turf fields and dirt fields, from if it's around first base, third base, pitcher's mound, batter's mat. So Port-A-Lite has came out with, we call it Spike Tech. So it's a field defense system is how we're marketing it, and it's to completely protect the field. It's protect the field in wear areas. So that's the biggest thing we're showing off. So we'll have that product at the show with some of our other mounds too. The standard practice mounds. Port-A-Lite makes the longest practice mount in the market. It's a 10.5-foot mark, 10.5-foot long pitching mount. Pretty much all the other practice mounds out there are about 9 feet. Some are 8 feet, and ours are 10.5. So we'll have that out there, because when colleges and high schools and so forth see that, they want that distance. And these kids are getting bigger, stronger, taller. So they need to have that distance so they're not coming off it.
Can you explain to us the Spike technology a
The
little
Spike
bit?
Tech?
Yeah.
Is that what the question was?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you explain that a little bit?
Did I just lose you?
Oh, there you are.
There we are. Gotcha. I just froze. What was the question?
I was just wondering, can you explain a little bit about the Spike Tech, like the technology?
Sure. What Spike Tech is it was developed for softball. It's basically, I always kind of use as an analogy, like everybody pretty much knows what a WeatherTech floor mat is in your car. You know, you put those WeatherTech floor mats down, they don't move, right? They protect your carpet and they won't move. So we kind of created we call it Spike Tech. It's like little plastic spikes that go on the bottom of the softball mat, can go on bottom of a baseball mound, and you put it in the very back, you put it down, and it grips to the turf or it grips to the dirt. So that mound does not slip, will not slide. Same with the softball product. And what's really, really beneficial for Portalite is our mounds are much lighter than the typical fiberglass mounds. You know, some of those fiberglass mounds are 300, 400, 500 pounds, 2,000 pounds, right? Where our mounds, we do them in a one or a two piece option. Oh yeah, you guys move
with
them.
those bad boys. Yeah, yeah, that was probably the.
I have heard some of the greatest stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any good stories about what you've had to do over the years? I mean, I love hearing the stories of people.
You want us to start with you know, now you're one of your sales guys who previously worked for a company that partnered with us?
Well, yeah, those mounds, I mean, the 6-piece for the same, roughly right around the exact same size. I mean, those things, we had a whole baseball team moving those things, and it was still a pain in the ass. Like, it was not easy to do, and then loading them up at the end of the tournament that year, and then it was brutal. So being able to utilize these much more convenient. You know, it's more of a 2-man, 3-man makes it easy job, but you can get it done with a 2-man job and make it happen. And that was, I mean, it curved our time on project by quite a bit of being able to do that. And, you know, it's with them being 2 pieces, like you could throw them in the back of a rig and just, we were able to break them down, set them up like super simply. And they stayed in, better shape. I mean, just the odds of stuff happening to them because you have less pieces to worry about is, you just decrease the options on, having one fall or break or those kind of things. So it's just, they were amazing. I mean, for the tournament wise, I mean, every piece of, the actual customer, I guess, or the players, they loved them, from us being able to, put them up, tear them down, store them, all that type of stuff. I mean, we have them stored, very efficiently as well too. Like just everything about them really kind of checked all the boxes. So you guys thought that stuff through.
Cool. That's neat to hear. Thanks for that commercial for Portalite. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well done.
The other thing is that I do believe we do have Spike Tech on all of the things that we have from you guys. I mean, we see people using the practice mount in our facility actively. What would you say, 5-6 days a week?
Yeah, I mean, we got practice 7 days a week in here, so.
And people are on the Portalite practice mound right under the banner that hangs in our facility, and
that's neat.
And they get to see that, and everyone loves it. And then we've had people reach out and ask questions about those from different organizations and things like that. So we showcase them every time that we have the opportunity. So it's been pretty neat to partner with you guys. And
well, we appreciate it. Trust me. I mean, one of the other things that's cool about the mounds too, which I didn't bring up, is we're putting that replaceable rubber and a replaceable pitch pad right in front of the rubber as well. If people aren't familiar with that, it's because that's the areas that always really wear off, So it's just a little replaceable thing, Velcroed on. When that piece goes bad, you just call Portalite up, order another piece, and that mound looks good as new. Yeah. So it's a really, really cool thing. And it's
well, we have wood ones in here, right? So like Dave and I built some, and those bad boys are heavy. Now, granted, they're heavy duty, like they can take a beating, and so there's some pros to it, but you don't ever see anybody, going and picking up one of those to move it around the facility. They go find the Portalite one, and that's the one that and again, it's a 2-man job. Like, they just 2 dudes pop it up, and they can go put it anywhere in the facility and utilize it, and that happens consistently.
Exactly.
So that side of it as well too. I mean, from the practice mound perspective, it's it's really convenient and really nice to be able to just kind of, because these teams move around, they come
Oh
up
yeah.
with creative, random,
Yep.
some good ideas, some bad ideas, but they come up with random stuff all the time. And so the versatility of the product has been awesome because that's been something that people are using and moving around.
And I think on going with that angle, I mean, that whole thing with our practice mount too. Everybody's been in a training facility where a baseball has hit a side of a practice mound, and a lot of those practice mounts, once they hit it's made out of styrofoam. It just starts crumbling away. We always kind of joke that this one company probably should sell a vacuum or send a vacuum with the mound, because a couple balls hit it, it's gonna be ruined. Where our mound comes with a structural 10-year warranty on that mound, and it doesn't dent. If a ball hits the side of it, it's not going to damage it. It's just really, really well constructed, and it's going to last you forever. Like I said earlier, that Shakopee High School's had it for 30 some years and it's still working.
It's wild.
Which is pretty cool.
That is pretty.
You should have the owner go and take like a picture with that thing, what I mean, and put that on display everywhere.
It's funny to say that because you know how most of us that have kids out there, we like to have pictures on our phone of our children, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll have 500 pictures and 480 of them are your children. Well, Chad's got 10,000 pictures on his phone, and I think 9,000 of them are pictures of mounds. Anytime he drives by a complex, he'll stop and take pictures of them and this and that. And you see a lot of really bad stuff out there, and it's pretty crazy what some of these kids are pitching on. Yeah, and our goal is to get our stuff everywhere across the country, and hopefully they're pitching on a good quality mound and nobody's going to get hurt. I mean, the injuries out there are just nuts with some. I can't believe more people aren't hurt on some of this stuff.
Well, we play at facilities that get used. I mean, they're the busiest in the state, probably. I mean, it's insane how many games are getting played out there, and every single one of their mounds are just worn. Like they just get worn and worn and worn and worn. And you're right. Like, depending on what type of, shoes you have on and you go out there and try to use them, like it can be super dangerous. And like you said earlier, our guys are big boys. Like, we got some, 6'6", 6'5", like some big fellas trying to push down these mounds, and, that weight goes downhill pretty quick. And so when they're trying to throw as hard as they can, lose their footing, that type of stuff, it can turn into a problem. And so we appreciate the quality because that's, something that we try to strive in and trying to do the right things by the players. And you guys kind of share in that exact same deal as you guys are, making these products, which I think is awesome. But why kind of baseball stuff for you, Steve? Let's talk about you a little bit. What kind of, obviously you were in the corporate world, and then, you got pulled out of that. Technically, I guess you're still kind of in the small version of the corporate world, still with the sales. But, what's where's the passion for you come behind doing all the things that you're doing to make a difference here in the beautiful game of baseball?
That's a great question. You know what? Honestly, when the owner reached out to me over 5 years ago, whatever it was, it was during COVID. So it was a lot of great times during that, and all that. And I played baseball, I played hockey. I was a goalie in hockey and played baseball. I was never any good. I was average. I would love to lie to you and tell you how great I was, but there's something called Google where people can look up, Steve, you really weren't that good. So no, I was never that great or anything, but just baseball was always just absolutely just loved it. And I remember when I went in for my interview over 5 years ago and looking around this little company, and this is not the world I come from, right? I mean, just, little. But seeing what these guys did and the passion that they have, and just, again, thinking baseball. Then I saw this Spike Tech product, the softball stuff that we do. And it's like, oh my God, this is something nobody else has in the world. We can push this and sell this. And to me, it just was, honestly, I'm jumping around a little, but honestly, what it comes back to in corporate America, sales have really turned into where relationships don't matter quite as much as they used to at the companies I worked at. I believe in the sporting industry or Portalite, the relationship matters. People buy from people they like. And I think I'm a pretty likable guy. I'm pretty fun, a little too blunt maybe at times and a little too ADD. But, people want to have fun and people want to like who they buy from. And I think that was the coolest thing about coming to Portalite. And then again, loving baseball, my 87 Minnesota Twins and my 91 Minnesota Twins, beating up on the Cardinals that one year, which is great. But, it's just fun. And then you go to these trade shows, people, guys, it's like the ABCA we're going to be at here this week. It's fun. People are smiling and they're in good moods. People didn't want to talk about nuts and bolts when I was selling fasteners, or they didn't want to talk about their lighting, right? Everybody likes to talk about baseball and softball. It's just fun. And it's just in the business. I mean, I was told when I started, it's about a $50 million a year industry, just the baseball mound business. So there's so much business out there. And, there's so much more to get and have. It's just getting people to see it. And I love it. It is fun. I absolutely love it. It's draining, all these trade shows and things you have to do. You see a lot of people and talk to a lot of people, but how fun. My wife laughs at me when I'm still working at 8, 9 o'clock at night, but I love it. It's just a blast.
No, that's awesome, man. Well, obviously we share in the passions for the game, and definitely alongside.
You were probably good though, weren't you?
I was all right.
Yeah, exactly. A little different than me, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said 91. I was 1 year old when you were watching those games.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Still on the come up there, I guess. But yeah, no, it's the passion behind what we do is it fuels us, and it fuels, I think, good companies that try to make a difference. That's where typically that starts. And for us, like we service a lot of baseball players. That's a big version of what we do. But we also, just in our facility, we serve a lot of youth athletes in general. And so for us, being able to give back to youth athletics and find ways to impact them, even in the smallest ways, is a very big thing. And safety is a big portion of that. So a lot of those things can get overlooked in things where people just try to save a buck here, save a buck there to try and make it, I get it. I mean, I see it on both sides. Don't get me wrong. It's just, finding something that's quality, that really tries to give back and really tries to put everything behind it. You guys, again, you check those boxes, and, so for us, it's a super meaningful partnership that we have with you guys. And again, just want to say thank you for that. And thank you for helping along in the way. And, we're super grateful for all the different pieces that had to come together to make it work. But, it's always a process. So we appreciate it.
Awesome. I'm back.
He's back.
Oh,
when somebody calls me, I'm sorry. You told me to put it on Do Not Disturb too. I apologize. I didn't do that.
it's all good.
Fine.
Hey,
I don't do this
if
very
your phone's
often.
not ringing, there's a problem,
Yeah, exactly. So we're golden. I appreciate it all, guys. It really was fun.
I want to talk about the giveaway that happened at the Summer Ball Showdown. When we were putting that together, of course, one of our buddies and Sheldon's neighbor actually won that.
Oh, okay.
And
it's wild.
And his kid actually just started pitching off of a mound. So
neat. Good.
That was super cool. Will you guys be doing any giveaways at the ABCA?
We will be doing at the ABCA. Number one, we'll have a show special where we'll be having everything. I guess everything is 20% off site wide on our website, I believe.
Free shipping?
Nope. The shipping is a problem. My recommendation in situations like this, and I tell everybody this, is, we can send one mound to California for almost the same price as sending 3 or 4. So you know what you do? You get 2, 3 coaches in the area, 4 coaches, whatever, and put them ordering together and ship them out. Your costs will drastically drop. I mean, it's literally crazy. I just did a quote for somebody for 4 practice mounds. It only went up like $250 to add the extra 3 mounds. So that's the best way to do it. But at the show, we'll do that 20% off special, and we'll also be what the heck else would you ask? What did you ask me about the show special? Oh, giveaways. And
giveaways.
We will be, I'm pretty sure we will be giving away, I don't know if he's doing a practice mound, a couple practice mounds as well. He typically will be giving them away as well.
I don't know.
So there will be a raffle.
Fit in the airplane if I win it.
I would say no. What we typically will do is we'll get the email the person and say, hey, you guys won it. What color do you want? And do you want a 1 or a 2 piece? Because keep in mind, all our products come in a 1 or a 2 piece option. We're the only company out there that I'm aware of that their entire product line does a 1 or a 2 piece option. Fiberglass companies, typically only have that big 1 piece. So we'll be calling the person and saying, hey, what do you want? What color do you want? And we'll ship it out to them. So yeah, it's a good free thing to win once in a while. It does bring traffic to the booth, which is awesome. And then the other thing, honestly, if you live in the Columbus area and you have a truck and a trailer, everything we have at that show, pretty much anybody, guys, if you haven't been to one of these shows, you show up that last day. People do not want to ship stuff back to their warehouses. you can get some
Moving and grooving.
Great deals.
There's
Oh.
there's the
secret
sales
sauce.
pitch right there.
I saw a guy last year. Last year, I think it was, he got like a batting cage, a pitching mound, pitching machine, on and on and on. And what he paid for it was peanuts on it. Because again, people just don't want to ship the stuff back. So we'll have 8-10 mounds at our booth. We won't be giving you that kind of deal, but if there's something people want, let us know, and we'll just let us know right away because they go pretty quick typically.
That's going to be on Sunday Fun Day.
That'll be what the show starts on third. Is it start
Thursday?
So Saturday is when. But I would say, hey, just if you want it, you let us know right away on Thursday. We'll put your name on it and don't sell it to somebody else, and then you can pick it up when the show ends on Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
That's how we do it, and they go pretty fast because you're not paying the shipping charges, number one, so you're saving all that money.
Heck yeah.
And plus, we usually discount it like 30% or something as a show special.
So,
So-
have you been to the Columbus area show before?
I have not.
Okay.
No, I've not. From being from Minnesota, everybody, I would prefer us going to San Diego, Florida, Fort Myers, St. Thomas, things like that. But to get out of this winter,
I still remember our first video call. You were on vacation and you had like a tank top on, and you were like, "Oh, I don't think this hat's appropriate."
Yeah, it was my drunk hat. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was a good one. Yeah, my daughter was getting married down in Galveston, so we were down there partying for that. Or let me word that, we were getting ready for the wedding. No partying allowed.
Pre gaming is what we
Exactly.
call that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
Steve,
good time.
I know you have a lot to get together before you guys fly out tonight, and then you guys will be setting up the whole time there. I encourage you to try some Skyline chili. I am from the Ohio area. That is where I was born. And my dad swears by Skyline chili, and it doesn't have beans. Whoa.
How do you not put beans in chili?
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you,
Dang
Steve.
it.
Thank you, Steve.
I was
It's
hoping.
been an ongoing
No,
debate
it's-
since like episode 30 or something.
No, my father's a meat cutter, man. My dad started a meat business here in Minnesota, and it grew to like, I don't know, what is there, 26, 28 stores now
Nice.
out here. So I come from the meat side of the world, and my father would always have beans in his chili. So no question about it. No beans. Jeez.
What's your beef jerky selection look like at the house then?
Oh my God, I love beef jerky. That's my favorite. The problem is it's gone up to almost $40 a pound. It's a little spendy, right? But
Yeah.
God, I could live on that beef jerky. They do have great beef jerky at Von Hansen. So I do pick up a lot of that from those guys. I do miss the days of dad. My dad doesn't own it anymore, but the days of walk in and just take any steak home for dinner. Doesn't quite work that way anymore.
Right.
Send us a link for that. We might order some beef jerky from them. Give them a little highlight because we're beef
good
jerky
stuff.
snobs.
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
we're spoiled with beef jerky.
Yeah.
Are you really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it. You know who I found? Honestly, this sounds crazy, but the one at Cub, like what is it? Not Cub. Excuse me. At Sam's Club, they sell one, and it's pretty darn good. It's like a pound for like $17-18.
Oh, like the beef stick things. They
They
I know
have.
what you're talking about.
those
They
are
have the
not
Jack
sticks,
Links. I'm not a Jack Links fan, but there's another one they have that is really, really good. It's a little peppery if you like the peppery stuff. It's a decent
it's
one
like
for
a
18,
strip.
$20. Yeah.
When you guys come out for SBS 2026, I'll have to get you some. I'll introduce you to Stroot Locker, who is a national champion in a lot of different
I would love to see that.
categories. And they're just down the street from us. They actually provide us all the beef, the ground beef for the players to eat. So
that's cool. Man, honestly, like I was telling earlier about my owner Chad, who likes to have pictures of all of his mounds he sees across the country. I'm one of these guys that everywhere I go, I got to go see the meat market.
That's fair, yeah.
Because my dad did this for many, many years, and my wife always gives me crap. But I got to try everybody's beef jerky, got to try their sausage, and look around and see it. It's kind of fun.
That. That's a good habit to have.
Maybe we can make that happen. 2026 Summer Ball Showdown.
I won't miss that one for sure, boys. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I appreciate your time. Hopefully, I didn't ramble too much and didn't talk too quick. I talk a little quick up here in the Midwest, so sorry about that.
No, you're fine. We appreciate you, and we'll see you here soon.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
Have a good day.
Good day.
Bye.
Need to go get some Minnesota beef jerky. That would be pretty yummy.
Yeah.
Steve Hansen. I'll have to check that out.
Van something. Van
Hansen is just his last name. Pretty sure that's what he said. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to Google that or figure that out.
He's still on there?
I'm trying to remove him.
Okay. Probably hopped right onto his next phone call.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was very cool. I'm excited to see them out there. I know they've been talking about the Spike Tech technology for a little while. We were lucky enough to be able to have some of that on our products that we've partnered with them on, and
yeah,
it's been an awesome thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the ABCA.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That'll be a cool little bit. I think I don't know, like the size of what we're trying to do, Summer Ball Showdown related wise. I think it's, people that show up to it, they just see the tournament. They see the baseball, they see what's going on, which is awesome, and that's the whole purpose. But there's just a lot of this stuff that's happening behind the scenes where it's like, no, this is a real need. We need to go find a company that can, meet the need, but then also share in the passion and share in the mission, which is more so for the players and trying to piece it all together for them. And, having something that separates the tournament to where it's just different than what they're getting in other spots. These are the little pieces that make that a true reality. So, and it's a big piece of it for sure, because obviously that's a focal point of every single one of the fields, and it's definitely something that
can change the game.
Yeah, 100%. And when you talk about these turf fields, it's just stuff that gets overlooked for a common fan or common player that just kind of they don't pitch or they don't know about it or whatever. A very easy ground ball can turn up going all over the place if you don't have the right mound up there.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing on the injury side with pitchers, depending on body size type, how they throw, what they do, if they're not out on quote unquote regular mound, things are different. And, you can go look at a lot of natural surface mounds around and they're in terrible shape because they don't get the TLC that they need on a day-to-day basis. I mean, the baseball field, I learned very early on in my career, it's like a living thing. Like it's, the maintenance on the fields that are natural surface are some of the most important jobs, because if you don't have those things maintained correctly on an annual basis, you're going to run into game-changing things, right? Like, even natural surface in the infield, if they don't mow it properly, they don't water it properly, they don't take care of it, like it will change the way that the game plays. And, so for our level of baseball, it's this weird limbo land because we're dealing with city fields a lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
and we're dealing with city maintenance crews and mowing crews and stuff like that, where they're not baseball people. They're just out there to do their jobs, and most of the time they do a good job. But it's just, the TLC that it really takes to keep these baseball fields in tip-top shape it's a lot. Like there's a lot that goes into it. And, that's just, it's kind of crazy when you see certain cities and certain places that just don't care and they don't do as much with it. And you see that at some colleges as well too, So these turf fields for SBS are a huge, huge thing because it allows us a lot of advantages in a lot of areas. But the mound situation was a real deal because those guys are playing, I don't even know how many games. I mean, thousands of games, from literally February all the way to August, every single year. Like it's just.
Then they take 2 weeks for us, and then they're back at it for fall ball.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's just the amount of usage that they get out there is wild, and so it's good for us to be able to distinguish and separate and put ourselves, in a position for our players to have the best possible experience that we can provide them. And those guys at Portalite are a big, big piece in that. So I can't again thank them enough for being a part of the journey and being a part of what we're doing, because it helps us, tremendously in a lot of areas. So.
And we're going to go to ABCA and see some familiar faces. One of their new sales guys, EJ, is out there with them, and I'm sure we'll get to harass him a little bit.
Yeah,
just
good dude.
For going to a different place, but the best place.
Yeah, he made a good
decision.
choice.
Yeah, I agree. So
moving on up in the world.
Well, you have anything else you want to talk about here?
No, that's good. I liked it. That was
a
fun, good energy. That guy's he's hype.
Steve is always hyped. It's a million miles per hour, and there's nothing more than passion behind what he does, and that's That's a great relationship that we have and we've built, and I'm excited to see Chad. I'm excited to see Mike, and chat
funny
with
hearing
them.
Chad and him, like when they talk, because their personality differences, like one's real slow, easygoing, and then he's a million miles an hour. Like it's funny how that yin and yang kind of always finds its way into the small offices, I guess.
I imagine that Mike will comment about your hair at least once or twice.
So.
You know,
Yes,
Mike and his
my rock brother.
Yeah, your rock brother and all that good stuff. But for now, man, that's it for episode 52. You close out with a prayer for us?
Yes, we can.
All right.
All righty. Dear Heavenly Father, again, just want to always express gratitude and thankfulness for allowing us to wake up today, allowing us another day here on this earth to, achieve and go after our dreams and continue to work hard and, provide different opportunities for the people that we service here on earth and trying to provide them, as best as we can, an option to do the things that they love. So we appreciate the opportunities that you provide for us, and thank you for allowing us to continue to strive after them. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, episode 52, Port-A-Lite Pitching Mounds featuring Steve Hansen. We'll get this thing posted up, and we're excited to see you guys at the ABCA. And to our viewers, we'll see you next time.